Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to the online course of Software Project Management. I am your instructor Dr. Shafaq Musaddiq from Institute of Computing. In today's lecture, we will discuss about the organizational structure and different types of organizational structure, that is functional structure, projectized structure and matrix structure. Organizational structure is very important for the success of any project team. Any organization or project team that is structured will have a positive impact on the progress of project being done. Misaligned project management teams or organizations create a negative impact on the outcome of a project. The organizational structure simply has an influence on the authority of project manager, therefore they affects how projects will run. So if the team is non-structured, so non-structured teams lack guidance and guided teams always derive successful projects. We can say that organizational structure refers to the way a company or organization is set up. It is usually defined using a hierarchy chart that shows how groups, individuals, or functions report within an organization. It also shows the configuration for determining the hierarchy of people, their functions, the workflow of organization, and reporting system within an organization. The project's organizational structure is dependent on the type of project being developed. This is an example of organizational structure. Say for example for some company, here is the hierarchy of the roles or responsibilities and designations within an organization. For example, at the topmost level, there is a president. Under president, we have the R&D manager, finance manager, marketing manager, and manufacturing manager. Under R&D manager, there is a design team, development team, and testing team. Similarly, under finance manager, there is the accounting section and purchasing section. In the marketing, under the marketing manager, there is the sales and customer services. And under the manufacturing manager, there are line supervisor, production team, and distribution. So see, this is an organizational chart or hierarchy that shows how different uh, how different individuals or groups are organized within an organization. As I told you earlier that organizational structure is dependent on the type of project being developed, but there are some issues that must be considered. First one is the project size. The larger the project, the more important is the organizational structure, because in large projects there are significantly large teams that involve significant human communication and coordination overhead, and therefore they require more support function. Second one is hardware software development projects. Means if we are developing projects that requires the simultaneous development of hardware and software, then it is not very easy. Planning, integration and testing are much more complicated and they require dedicated support groups. Lastly, if we are developing a high reliability system, for example, the sensitive systems related to military or life-saving system, then they require major effort in quality assurance. Quality assurance is also an important factor while we are making any marketable software products. Then these type of projects require a separate quality assurance organization. If we are using an appropriate organizational model, that it can be beneficial to any organization. Some of the advantages of using the suitable organizational structure are given below. First one is that using an appropriate organizational structure helps the organizations to grow more productively. It allows to join a group of people and direct them towards a common goal of organization. It allows employees to improve their skills. An appropriate organizational model will help in the process of decision making, and it will make this process much more efficient, smooth, and faster. The organizational structure allows better control and usage of resources. It enables easier and better communication, which help in reducing conflicts. The hierarchical structure of organization helps in identifying the roles and responsibilities in a clear and precise way. There are different types of organizational structure, and three main organizational structures are functional structure, projectized structure, and metric structure. All these structures are further defined in next slides. First one is functional structure. In functional organizational structure, the organization is divided into various departments where people with similar skills are grouped together. Or we can say that there is a central office which oversees various departments or major functions, for example, human resources, finances, sales, marketing, engineering, etc. Functional structures are used when the organization is very small, it is geographically centralized and provides few services. In functional organization, every employee is positioned with only one function and they has only one manager which they have to report to, and their manager is known as the functional manager. This is an example of functional organization where we have different departments like sales and marketing, production department, human resource department, finance department, research and development, and purchasing department. So here you can see that organization is divided into different departments and each department group together the people that have the similar skills. One thing that you should keep in mind regarding functional organizational structure is that it gives least power to a project manager, and functional manager has more authority than project manager. But along with this, the functional organizational structure provides some advantages. As I told you earlier, that this organizational structure is suited for the small teams and small projects. Secondly, in functional organizational structure, we can easily access the expert because they belong to the same functional area. Next, it's quick to get everyone together to resolve problem related to the project because different people within the same department are closely related to each other and the communication is easier between them. It provides a way of easy communication among team members. Along with advantages, the functional organizational structure has some limitations too. First, it is difficult to access people outside your functional division. People on the project team might be more loyal to their department or team manager rather than to their work on the whole project. Functional work can be isolating because in that you do not have an opportunity to network with the company or organization. In project organizational structure, there are dedicated teams that are put together to work on particular project in an organization. We can say that in this structure there is a centralized corporate office under it are various divisions which are working dedicatedly to produce or sell certain type of business or product. Each division that is dedicated to a certain business or product is in turn organized as the functional structure. For example, the division dedicated for making the product 1 has its own sales department, human resource department, like we have seen previously in the functional organizational structure. The project structure is a bunch of functional structure, each of which reports to one central office. And another thing that is related to project-based organization structure is that here the overall authority lies with the project manager, and individuals in a team, they report directly to the project manager. Unlike functional organizational structure that is suitable for the small companies, the project-based organization structure is used for the organizations that are very large. They are geographically dispersed and they produce a wide range of products or services. Projectized organizations often have organizational units called departments, but these groups either report directly to the project manager or provide services to various projects. This is an example diagram showing the project organizational structure. Here you can see that we have a project manager who is working on project A. Here is a project manager who is responsible for the project B, and last one is the project manager for project C. And see, in each project there is a functional structure. Like for project A we have the design engineer, we have IT specialist, and we have test engineers. Similarly, for project B, we have the functional organization, like we have the design engineer and test engineer. And same is the case with project C. The obvious advantage that project structure provides is that you have more control over the team, but it provides other advantages too. That is, teams can have stronger sense of identity. It is the easiest structure within which to create strong team culture. Resources are dedicated to project, so it's much easier to schedule work for a particular project. It provides great environment for improving your project management skills, as well as you can improve your technical leadership skills. Although project organization structure provides advantages, but it also has some drawbacks. For example, having a team dedicated to one project is expensive commitment, and this can only be used for the projects that have big budget or the big projects. Sometimes closing a project can mean losing your job if the organization has moved on to some other business or the role that you are performing is no longer available to you. By their nature, dedicated teams suck up the resources of the organization to work on just single projects, so they can limit the number of projects the company can do at a single time, especially when different projects require same skills or resources. The next and last important organizational structure is matrix structure. Matrix structure the blend of functional and projectized characteristic. That is it is hybrid between the functional organization and the project oriented organization. You can imagine it like you are looking at someone from each of the major functions in the functional structure, for example, people from sale, marketing, engineering, and then organizing them into separate groups intended to produce and sell one certain kind of product or service. Means you can structure them both vertically and horizontally. And this will be clear from the next figure. Members of this group stay together until that product is produced or they continue to sell and service it. focuses highly skilled people from across the organization to work on complex product or service. You can better understand the concept of matrix organization using this figure. So see, as I have told you that there is functional organization like you can see here, and within each functional organization there is a team that is dedicated for specific project. Like this team is working on suppose project 1, the second team is working on project 2, and here is the project manager for project 3. The matrix organization structures can be of two forms. First one is weak matrix structure. Weak matrix structure maintain many of the characteristics of functional organization. And as is the case in functional organization with the project manager, the role of a project manager is that of a coordinator or expediter than of a project manager. Second form is strong matrix structure, and strong matrix structure resembles to the project organization. And in project organization, the project manager has the full authority. So here in this case, the strong matrix structure, the project manager has the considerable authority and full-time project administrative staff. Since I told you that matrix organizational structure combine the characteristics from functional organizational structure and projectized organizational structure. So it also combines the advantages of both the methods. Like in the matrix organization structure, the project manager authority lies in the horizontal manner, while the functional manager authority lies in the vertical level. So different advantages that it offers are: first one, the resources are used efficiently, and these resources can move around between the projects as needed and when required. Teams and individuals can be very responsive. So if a new project comes on higher priority, it is easy to switch on to that and focus on that project. Next, this structure requires that everyone use the same project management lifecycle and methodology, so moving between different projects for the team members is easy. Along with advantages, there are some disadvantages or limitations of matrix organization as with the functional and projectized organizations. First one is that the conflict between projects is common because you might need the same resource that another project is using. So there may be some form of fighting for the same resource that is occupied by another project team. Other project might have ring-fenced the best resources and the most appropriate people with the right skills. So the other projects would be suffering from that. Resources might have conflict about what development path they take for future careers. That's it for today's lecture. Hope you all have understand the topic of organizational structure in context of software project management. Thank you.